This is the Heart to Heart with Statton podcast. Welcome back, everybody, to a new Heart to Heart with Statton podcast. Now, this podcast is going to be a little different because I'm testing the waters on something, and that is where I'm going to try something where I can double the screen or screen share. I'm not actually sure what the right words are for it. But the point is I'm going to shrink this down here. Let's see. Here we go. Okay, yes, that's good. And I figured instead of actually doing gameplay during the podcast, it'd be better if I could actually share certain things. Now, here's a little thing that's been on my mind today. I've been listening to stuff while I work. The job I have currently allows you to, let's see, how's the best way for me to put it? It allows me to put an earpiece in one ear while keeping the other ear free, so I can listen to music and stuff. Well, I'll sometimes listen to stuff on YouTube. Problem is, I'm guilty of listening to Reddit stories, and I find that some of the Reddit stories that I listen to tend to be very negative, kind of brings you down, and it does beg the question: how do you know if these Reddit stories are even real or not? And the fact of the matter is, I think a lot of them are rage bait. Like, here's I do a make as you can see, my recommendation list has all these other ones like father demanded I attend my golden brother's wedding, threatening to cut, and kind of stops right there. Oh, it says it in the thumbnail, threatening to cut my tuition. They were shocked when I realized I earned more than when they realized I earned more than him. Okay. Then there's my wife has 15 demands for, for compliance. Now, I don't know what got me into Reddit. I think it's because I guess it started with the whole neckbeard thing. I heard something about that, so I looked those up on Reddit and listened to some of these ridiculous stories. Then it went from the transition was slow. It went from just neckbeard stories to if the autoplay on YouTube is on, then as soon as a video ends, it'll automatically jump to another video that's recommended based off of what you search and everything. Oh, hold on a second, guys. I'll have to decline that call because I can't do that and talk on the podcast at the same time. But anyways, wrong number. Or wrong profile. But anyways, the fact of the matter is, it went from that to incels, to r/nice guys, to Karens and entitled parents. And I started to realize I became addicted to these stories. Yes, that as dumb as some of them are, and actually as dumb as a lot of them are, they can be actually quite addicting to listen to. And I don't know if I should actually play any of them because I don't want to be accused of ripping off other people's content. That's not the issue. And but I do think but there is one guy I still love listening to, and his name is Red X Reed. I think that's what his name is. But anyway, or just Red X. He will actually get into when he reads his stories out loud. He will add sound, enthusiasm to his voice. In fact, that's what inspires me to actually want to better myself when I read out loud. I do the story times with Statton on Thursdays, and I can't stand how I sound when I read half the time. I sound flat. I sound like I'm just trying my darndest to pronounce the words correctly. And with that said, I'm actually quite proud of the last one I did because I actually did put forth more effort. Do I still have some improvements to do? Yes. But that's a story for another time. The fact of the matter is, I just look at all these and I start to realize after so long, I'm starting to feel down and depressed a lot because I see all these and I think to myself, well, gee, I, give me a second, guys. It's hard to put in words at times, but the fact of the matter is, I put myself in these stories, and the one thing that I've always had to get used to was closure. Like and how more than half the time I would never get closure from the people that wronged me. And the fact of the matter is, even now, even recently, I've had to take a step back from everything. I had to take a step back from Discord for a time, and I've had to stop and think about who my true friends are, and which ones only wanted me around when it was either convenient or if they had something to gain from me being around. And that's a lesson I'm still learning to this very day. In a group of friends, the sad truth is only a chosen few are your real friends. Now, that may sound depressing at first, but it isn't, because it teaches you to value and treasure those who are actually your friends. But the thing is uh, I found out while I took this time away that I've had to realize I had to take a step back also to and stop listening to these stupid Reddit stories. For one thing, we really have a lot of them are just copy and pasted stories. Sometimes they'll change the perspective. Sometimes sometimes someone else will just take credit for somebody else's writing. But the point is a lot of it ends up being fake, and it just you end up either getting rage baited or just are left with these negative feelings, or this person deserved that, and it turns out it didn't really happen. I fell into a rut where I was listening to these all the time. Now, granted, you also see that you can tell from my recommendation list that I don't just listen to Reddit stories. I also well, I'm subscribed to this guy named Grim who does the whole TLC stuff, but I also do the abridged series, so I listen to funny stuff too. I have quite the sense of humor. So, I guess in the end, I'm just thinking to myself, well, Statton, it's no wonder you're depressed. You listen to these depressing stories where all this drama happens. Don't you ever just study and everything? Don't you ever just do the things you used to do? Get away from that stuff. Read a book. Go back to playing video games. Do something that makes you happy. And the fact of the matter, and so while I have now, today is the first day I've actually officially returned to Discord to talking to people on it. And, well, I'm happy I took the time away because I feel like I've been pushed to the breaking point where I hit some financial difficulties. I've had to pick up extra days and work, so I would work between all the work, between the stupid Reddit stories, between the fact that I was being dumb and letting past events get the best of me, and starting to question who my real friends were. I was pushed physically mentally and even emotionally to the breaking point. Well, I decided enough's enough. I have chosen to rebuild. And you know what they say, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And I feel like I'm building myself back up, and I'm going to become a better, stronger Statton as a result. I guess what also has been bothering me is the whole, and I brought this up in one of the previous podcast episodes, which is the whole hypocrisy thing. And that is how everybody wants to be accepted, but they're not willing to do any of the accepting themselves. Whether if it's religion or politics, it doesn't matter. So I would also like to use this time to also show you some things on my own channel, so it doesn't seem like I'm ripping things off here. Like I said, this episode is just a test episode. There's no this there. I mean this isn't gonna be where I just this is all my podcast is gonna be. I'll show. I want the fact that it looks like it's working out well, where you can see multiple screens at one time. I can actually show you information I looked at. I'm actually doing some studying on different subjects for future plan. I just wanted to do this here. Just make this more of a laid back podcast episode where I shoot the breeze and everything. But let me see if I can find the story time with Statton one. Where is that? That should be somewhere. Mm-hmm. I should be able to see it. It should pop out just from the thumbnail. Oh, don't tell me. I didn't lose it, did I? No, there it is. So, if you listen to listen to this here, you're going to see what it's like when I first read. I'm going to skip a little because I'm not going to show you the whole thing. But as I read this, listen to how I sound then, and then I'll show you my latest video so you can hear what I sound now.
Of Fioran. The gods of...
Let's see.
Okay, here we are. The lore. Today I'm going to start by reading the lore behind Protector's Enclave, an overview of the gods of Fioran. The gods of Fioran are numerous and represent many aspects of daily life in the realms. A full listing of the gods that have ever been worshipped in Fioran is impractical, but those who are commonly, though not always...
You see, that's how I sounded. That's how I used to sound. Now, if I back out and, oh, wait a minute. Let's see. Where is the playlist? Oh, there it is. I'm so used to seeing the playlist on the phone, so it would be under. Now, here's my latest one. Academy seems more exotic to me than any other place in the world. To study photography under Mark Jefferson. You see, I still need work, but I'm getting better. I like to think I'm getting better anyhow.
Hey guys, this is Statton, and today I'm going to start something a little different.
I didn't realize how echoey or I sound like I'm talking down a hallway with this.
When I...
So, yes, This is pretty much. I realized. I guess what I wasn't really sure what subject I wanted to talk about. It was a mixture of the friendship one, the Reddit one, the taking a step back, and the whole improving myself. Oops. I'll get that later. Something fell off the table. But anyways, yeah. This is this here is what I've been working. I've also been studying up on because some people have some ideas and stuff like what you see right now. The screen in which I'm where I'm doing all these things here. I plan on like having Statton sitting here, as you can see, at at the table in my house. Which, by the way, I can quickly just full screen this really quick, just temporarily, to give all of you an updated tour. Because I told you before, I had bought this house. This is the living room. And what makes this different now is the fact that I've decked it out over time, gave it more chairs, gave it better lighting because it was just so dark in here. So I got all these lamps, chandelier, all the light, all the fireplaces are lit up. Bed. So I figured I do the majority, not all, but the good majority of my intros and outros would be right here in this room. I know the story time for Statton ones are going to be where I'm sitting here in front of the fireplace because, you know, whenever you want to open a book, who wouldn't want to do it like this in such a relaxing way? And here, the dining room table, is where I would do the Heart to Heart with Statton podcast, where I would shrink the screen down a little ways. Shrink it down maybe a little more if I had to. And pull up online information, whether if it's YouTube videos, TikTok videos, whatever, anything of the sort. And I could look up stuff. I plan on creating a podcast save list where I can save videos and links and stuff for future podcast episodes. Now, with that said, I would stay on for the full hour. That was the original plan. But the thing is like I said, this was just a test run. This was just me trying something new. And between that, no one is currently watching the podcast right now. This is like something you would see if you're watching this, you're most likely going to watch it after it's finished and posted and everything. So, because of that, there's no chance of anyone wanting to hop in and put in their 2 cents worth over anything, rather if it's just questions or if they want to talk about a specific subject. Doesn't look like that's going to happen today. So for that reason, I'm going to go ahead and end this kind of early. I know not a lot of times passed. I kind of started this 5 to 10 minutes late. So it's only been like, I've only been streaming for like 20 minutes. There's nothing wrong with that. The most foolish thing I could do right now is keep a podcast episode going when there's literally nothing else to talk about. I got the subject out. This is just going to be one of those rare podcasts that will end early. No problem there. So anyways, I hope someday I can get more viewers. I hope someday I can be more helpful, make a bigger difference in the world in a positive way. I'm sure that's something a lot of us will a kind of wish for ourselves, and that's okay. And I wish all of you the best on that. Don't forget to check out my Discord server called Statton's Mansion. I leave a link to it in the description of all my videos, and I leave a link to my Venmo account for optional donations. Donations are not required, but they are appreciated. Anyways, my name is Statton. Like, share, and subscribe. And y'all have yourselves a wonderful day.